And welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us. Sheriff Rob Maciol is our guest. Sheriff, we were talking before the break. There's been some administrative changes.
Yes.
Up at your office.
Actually, quite a few. My longtime undersheriff, Rob Swankowski, who worked with me throughout a huge portion of my career, but when I became the sheriff, I appointed him as my undersheriff. He was at my side for 8 consecutive years, so I certainly want to thank him for his service. Did a great job as the undersheriff. He got to his retirement time, got time, but been with the sheriff's office and his other law enforcement positions for a total of 25 years. Over the last couple of years, he's been working on his master's degree, got his master's in education. It's very important to me for my people to make sure that they advance as much as they can with education. He, like I said, he got his master's, got an opportunity to be a full-time professor at Utica College, teaching criminal justice, the field that he spent his whole life working in. So he retired from the sheriff's office, went to UC, and he's working full-time there. I did keep him part-time as basically an administrative assistant. Just a lot of little things that he became a master at the sheriff's office, and I didn't want to lose that. So he's in my office, not a lot, but a few hours a week, helping out. At that time when Rob retired, our chief deputy at the Child Advocacy Center, Joe Lisi, who Joe's been a lifelong friend of mine through our police careers together, he previously retired from the sheriff's office, went into the private sector for a while in security. Then I brought him back several years ago to run the Child Advocacy Center. He was my perfect pick to slide into the undersheriff spot. So I appointed Joe undersheriff recently. Joe is off and running like he always has been. He's got a lot of energy in him and doing a great job, a great ally to have at my side. His movement, his promotion from chief deputy to undersheriff created an opening at the Child Advocacy Center, which is probably, out of all our positions in the sheriff's office, that is the one key position that you need to find the right person for, because you're dealing with young victims of sexual abuse and sexual crime cases. Certainly Joe was awesome at that. And we actually had someone working in our staff on a part-time basis, Derek O'Mara. Derek recently retired as a senior investigator with the New York State Police, handled tons of major crimes, tons of calls very similar to what the Child Advocacy Center handles. Again, 32 years with the state police, left as a senior investigator. For the past couple of years, Rick was doing background investigations for me on a part-time basis of new employees coming in. He was great at that, but when Undersheriff Lisi got promoted when Joe got promoted to undersheriff, we went to Rick, and he obviously is a perfect fit for the Child Advocacy Center. So he's been promoted to chief deputy from his part-time position, and he too is off and running. He's doing an amazing job. It's just very comforting when there's a smooth transition, because that both those positions, undersheriff and chief deputy at the Child Advocacy Center, those are key to our success. I mean, we can't skip a beat with either one of those positions. You've got to find the perfect fit for those positions, and like I said, Joe as undersheriff and Rick as chief deputy. It couldn't have been a more smooth transition for me, and it's great for the people of Oneida County.
There's been a bunch of snowmobile accidents recently in Oneida County and elsewhere around the state. Is there any common threads running through this?
Well, there is. A couple things. It's not one specific thing, but unfortunately, this is probably going to go down as one of New York's worst years for fatal snowmobile accidents. But this winter has been challenging. We've gotten a decent amount of snow. We've had some thaws. We've had some extreme cold, some warm days. And that's actually what's caused a lot of issues on the trail systems. Conditions are good as long as you're an experienced driver. There's a lot of ice out there. And you take the ice with folks who only typically ride on the weekends. They're not real avid riders. They don't come out a lot. And then you mix into that snowmobiles that are now coming out of the crates from the factory that'll do over 100 miles an hour, like nothing. So unfortunately, most of the fatals have been snowmobile operators hitting fixed objects, anything from rocks to trees to boat docks. I mean, we've seen it all this year. And then they're being injected into, some of them unfortunately have been very tragic horrific accidents, significant trauma at the scene. But again, we're attributing a lot of these accidents to speed not prudent for the conditions and inexperienced drivers. I mean, looking at the data and stats from around the state, there were a few alcohol related, but we're finding a vast majority of them, it's going to be unsafe speed for conditions and inexperienced drivers. And it's unfortunate that we stress and we preach safety, 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 but sometimes people just don't listen.
The sheriff's office has snowmobiles to
Yes, we
patrol the trails.
Yes, we've actually been out this year, more this year than we have in the past few years because we've had snow. We have 4 machines total. We replaced our 2 oldest snowmobiles this year with 2 brand new state-of-the-art machines, which help us out on the trail systems because we do patrol 650 miles of groomed snowmobile trails. That is incredible. I mean, we have more snowmobile trails and clubs in Oneida County than I believe a huge portion of upstate New York altogether. So we're very fortunate. This is a great place to snowmobile, but we stress to people the safety issues, respecting the trail owners, because out of those 650 miles, 95% of that trail system is on privately owned land, farmers, homeowners. They're letting us use their trail systems. They don't get they get nothing for it, but we want to make sure we respect them. Stay on the trails, don't litter, don't speed. The biggest complaint we get are the folks who modify their mufflers on these snowmobiles. It's a very annoying nuisance to hear in the middle of the night. So it's a balancing act. We're trying to keep everybody happy. It's
We
not
got
easy
30
to do.
seconds left. Remind people what's coming up on March 31st.
March 31st, 1 to 5 at the Deerfield Firehouse, fundraiser for Wayne Smolsey, longtime fire chief in Willowvale, current deputy sheriff with us. Wayne's battling stage 4 cancer. Please come out 1 to 5 on the 31st Deerfield Firehouse.
And if there's any questions, they can get a hold of your office,
Yep,
right?
315-765-2222. And Sue Gonning, my secretary, who I think she's actually the sheriff. She does a great job, too.
Sometimes I think so, too.
Absolutely, but thank you very much.
Okay, good.
All right.
That's going to do it for us this week. We'll be back next week. We'll do it all again. Don't forget CNYHomepage.com. Lots of good stuff there. Until next time, take care of yourself, everybody.